Okay, the section 9 assignment is going to be calculating a weighted average. This is going to be kind of a preview for your first big project. So if we open up the write-up template, it talks about Smitty, who has just finished up a semester of quantitative reasoning and wants to calculate her grade. Okay, this should have an S. She wants to calculate her grade. Alright, so here's her averages. So these are the scores that she got in each category. 70% average on homework, 20 on quizzes, 100 on projects, and so forth. Alright, so we want to use the weights from the syllabus to fill out the spreadsheet and calculate her final grade. So let's figure that out. So we open up the spreadsheet here, and first thing we need to know is what her scores are. Okay, so the scores are 70, 20, 100, and the other ones are 40, 70, 80. 40, 70, and 80. Okay, so next thing we need to know is what the weights are. Okay, and those are in the syllabus. We can look those up. That's going to be 20%. I think that's 10%, 20%, 15, 15, and 20. Okay, you'll notice the running total here should add up to 100. Alright, so from there, based on what we did in class, if you want to figure out how much does each category contribute. Homework is 70. She got a 70 on homework. That only counts for 20% of her grade. So if we go here and do that 70 times the 20%, 14. Okay, so 14% of her final grade came from homework. So even though she got a 70% on it, since homework is only 20% of her grade, only 14% of her final grade came from homework. Alright, so we're going to take that, we're going to drag it down, and this shows you where her grade came from. Okay, so the 20% she got on quizzes, that only made up 2% of her final grade. Its quizzes are only 10%. And these are all the totals of her grade. Alright, so then to figure out her final grade, you're just going to want to add all those together. So add that column together to get that final grade. Oops. Okay, so that's part one. Pretty straightforward. So now we're going to look at Tom. He's also taking quantitative reasoning, but he has a different teacher. So if you look at the way that Snape grades, quizzes are not worth as much, neither is homework, and neither are the exams. He puts 60% on projects. So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to go back, oopsies, go back to here, and you're going to want to change these weights around. They're going to be different weights. Now what I don't want you to do is overwrite this. So we're going to add a new sheet at the bottom. New sheet. And we're going to take all this. We're going to copy it. I'm just going to go over to here now, sheet 2. Right click, and you're going to paste it. Now one thing you'll notice is the cells don't change size. So if you double click between A and B, it'll make it wider. Double click between C and D, makes it a little bit wider. Between D and E, makes it wider. And then for Brady, we gotta change these weights. So homework is 10, quizzes are 5. So you just go through here, 10, 5, and you'll notice your spreadsheet will automatically change the final grade. Alright, so you want to go back to here and just replace all the weights with the appropriate weight on here. Okay, so you're going to do that, figure out what his grade would be. We're not going to change the scores because we're going to assume they have the same scores. Okay, it says that he will just copy all of Smitty's work. They have the same averages in each grade category. But the final grade should be different because these weights are different. Alright, so once you do that, I want you to compare the two, explain why they're so different. You're going to submit this document along with the Excel sheet. So one thing about the Excel sheet as well is you can go down to sheet 1 and right click and rename it Smitty. Click on sheet 2, right click, rename it Tom Brady. So now the sheets are labeled, we know whose is whose. And that's basically what you want for the grade sheet. Right? If you wanted to make another one, you just right click and actually there's a couple ways. You could right click and you can just copy it. Say move to end, create a copy. Then you just have to rename it and it just basically copies exactly what you had before. We'll delete that. Delete. You can also add a new sheet like we did before, and then physically copy and paste it over. Okay, so a couple ways you can copy a sheet. Right, so once you have your 2 sheets done, make sure you actually put the final grade on there. Sum those up to get the final grade. Do that for both people. Fill out questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Submit it all, and you should be good.